Hey, I'm back. It's December, now you know what that means. Updates! Now, apart from the holiday theme and discounts, there are actually some useful stuff. The 0.20.9 patch comes with a lot of different stuff, but the most important ones are the changes that they did to the armors. Starting with the Kuudra Armor. All Kuudra Armor now has a combat requirement and Kuudra tier completion requirement. Basic has a combat 22, Hot has combat 27, Burning has combat 32, Fiery has combat 37, and Ethereal has combat 42. And as I said before, all Kuudra Armor now has a Kuudra tier completion requirement, with each armor piece requiring the completion of its respective tier. Basic for basic, hot for hot, and so on. The Kuudra Armor isn't the only armor that has changed during this update. Like for example the Crimson Armor. The Crimson Armor in my opinion has the most changes in this update. On the Hypixel thread regarding the patch, it says, and I quote, "While Crimson Armor's swipe ability still remains, many facets of said ability have been changed. The facets of said ability are: instead of gaining stacks on kills, you now gain stacks on melee hits. The next one is magic damage no longer interact with gaining dominus stacks, nor does it proc the swipe ability. And of course the last one is the stack gain cooldown scales based on the amount of Crimson Armor pieces you're wearing, as follows. 2 pieces is 1.5 seconds, 3 pieces is 1 second, and 4 pieces is 0.5 seconds. Now, depending on your lowest tier of Crimson Armor, you gain stats based on how many stacks you have active, and those stats are shown on the screen right now. There are more stuff about the Crimson Armor, but I don't want the video to be that long, so I'll leave the link to the thread in the description. Oh god, I just realized while editing this video that I wanted the video to be like 2 minutes long, and it's already 1 minute to 45 seconds. I have like 4 more armors to talk about, and then Unsoulbinding. I have a test in 2 days, and I haven't studied at all. Well, there goes my grade. On to the Terror Armor. The Terror Armor's ability functionality has remained largely the same, with some minor damage adjustments. The Hydra stacks and stack gain on the Terror Armor is as follows. The stack gain cooldown, which is 0.2 seconds, is consistent regardless of how many Terror Armor pieces that you're wearing. And the damage boost per Hydra stack is dependent on both the number of Terror Armor pieces and the lowest tier of Terror Armor that you're wearing. As follows. If you have 4 out of 4 on Terror Armor, then your boost is 15 on Infernal, 12.75 on Fiery, 10.5 on Burning, 8.25 on Hot, and Basic is 6. If you have 3 out of 4 pieces, then the Infernal will be 10, Fiery 8.5, Burning 7, Hot 5.5, and Basic is 4. And then 2 out of 4 pieces on Infernal will be 5, Fiery 4.25, Burning 3.5, Hot 2.75, and Basic is 2. Regarding the arrow speed and side arrow damage, it's basically the same concept as the damage boost. It says, and I quote, "Depending on your lowest tier of Terror Armor, you gain arrow speed and side arrow damage based on how many stacks you have active. The stats are as follows. Basic 1% arrow speed and 20 side arrow damage, Hot 1.5% arrow speed, 30% arrow side... Fuck. Hot 1.5% arrow speed, 30% side arrow damage, Burning 2% arrow speed, 40% side arrow damage, Fiery 2.5% arrow speed, 50% side arrow damage." Motherf***! I have tried to say that sentence over 20 times. Fiery 2.5% arrow speed, 50% side arrow damage, Infernal 3% arrow speed, 60% side arrow damage. I finally did it. F*** me, man. Alright, on to my next nightmare, the Aurora Armor. Yay! The Aurora Armor. Holy shit, my Swedish accent can't pronounce all these R's. Oh god. The Aurora Armor has a brand new ability in homing missiles, providing you with a slight damage bonus in most situations. The homing missile's ability and functionality is as follows. The number of missiles fired depends on the tier of Aurora Armor as follows. Basic is 3, Hot Burning is 4, and Firing and Infernal is 5. The base damage of the missiles is 5000. The damage from the homing missiles are considered magic damage and has a scaling of 0.3. The damage scales with your usual mage stats of intelligence and ability damage. The missiles can only hit a singular target, it does not deal splash damage. The set ability provides a decent DPS boost to players not using Wither Impact. For those that are, the damage increase is much less significant. This is intended design-wise, as Wither Impact does not need help at the present time. The Fervor Armor. The Fervor Armor gains a new ability in Ground Pound, allowing tank builds to deal damage while building for tankiness. Ground Pound?
What?
I'm just gonna, ignore that. The Anyway, the Fervor stacks and stack gain are as follows. The stack gain cooldown scales based on the amount of Fervor Armor pieces you're wearing, as follows. 2 pieces 1.5 seconds, 3 pieces 1 second, and 4 pieces 0.5 seconds. Now comes the fun part. Ground Pound ability and functionality. At 10 stacks, you can sneak to activate the Ground Pound ability, allowing you to leap into the air and quickly slam back to deal damage to nearby enemies. This damage scales off of your EHP, defense and HP. The damage currently does not scale based off of your armor tier, as you naturally have higher stats at higher armor tiers, thus dealing more damage. In addition to Ground Pound, Fervor Armor has a bonus passive, Intimidate, that has a 50% chance to redirect aggro of 3 nearby mobs to the player on melee hits. Now onto the last armor, the Hollow Armor. The abilities of Hollow Wand have been reworked to be more relevant as a support build. As far as spirit stacks and stack gain goes, Hollow Armor gains spirit stacks from both you hitting a mob and up to 4 nearby players hitting a mob in a 25 block radius. The stack gain cooldown is individual to each nearby player. If you and 4 people hit a mob within a second, you should gain 5 stacks. The stack gain cooldown scale is based on the amount of Hollow Armor pieces that you're wearing, as follows. 2 pieces 3 seconds, 3 pieces 2 seconds, and 4 pieces 1 second. The Hollow Wand ability has also changed. The Spirit Spark, 10 Spirit, heal yourself plus all nearby players for 8% max HP. Hollow Drush, 15 Spirit, grant all nearby players 1.3x mana regeneration for 6 seconds. Raging Wind, 20 Spirit, grant all nearby players 30% damage and 10% ferocity for 20 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Ichor Pool, 30 Spirit. Spawn a pool with 10 block radius. Any player standing within this pool gains 1.2x damage and plus 40 ferocity. Pool lasts for 20 seconds. Now, there was stuff regarding fishing, but the video is already like 7 minutes long, so I'm just gonna skip to Unsoulbinding, and you can just look for yourselves with the link in the description. Now, items from the Crimson Isle are no longer soulbound, allowing you to trade your excess resources with other players. Upgrading your items will now also no longer soulbind them. The list that shows all the unsoulbound items is bigger than my future. So, again, I'm just gonna show that on screen here, and yeah, you can pause if you want. Alright, so that's the end of the video today. Thank you everybody for watching. Before I go, I just want to say I haven't been uploading a lot because of personal reasons, like school. But in the time that I've been gone, we've hit 100 subscribers. And my video has gone up to 4,000 views, which is amazing as a first video. So I just want to say thank you. Please subscribe. And maybe I'll make another one soon. Thank you everybody for watching. See ya.